Hey everyone, welcome to Gemini season. For all my Gemini sons out there, happy birthday. We're going to do a pick a card reading for everyone for the Gemini season, and then there'll be a bonus reading at the very end for those of you who have birthdays for the sun sign of Gemini. This year it's going to run from May 20th to June 20th, but it can vary by a day or so by a year depending on where all the planets are and all that type of stuff. So you know when you were born and where your sun sign fell. If not, I usually will put a link down below on where you can find out what your astrology is. It's a free site. I'm not affiliated with that at all, but they offer it for free. So I'm all about supporting free. But we'll jump in. You'll have a choice of three here. Gemini is an air sign, so you'll have a choice of air or Gemini itself. And then the third one, Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, so Mercury will be option number 3. If you didn't choose number 1, or you want to listen to others too, of course, please choose as many as you want, but I'll have timestamps in the description box below if you want to jump to one of the other ones. But we're going to start with the air sign now, so we'll go ahead and jump on into that. Right, if you chose reading number 1, which is the air sign card here, then this is the reading for you. Go ahead and put this to the side. And before we jump in, I just always love to thank the Creator for being here with us, for this reading and for guiding us each and every moment of the day. We're so grateful that you're involved in our lives. And that it's in a non-judgmental way because you have unconditional love for us, so there's no conditions to that love. We're so grateful for that, and we welcome you. And we also welcome all of our angels and guardian angels, our spirit guides, all of our loved ones and ancestors, and any other of that host of magical, unconditionally loving beings of light and love. We welcome you, and thank you for being here. All right. Well, I thought, I usually don't think. I usually am just drawn to the cards that we're going to use. And so for this Gemini season, we're going to get some guidance from this Enchanted Map Oracle, just to get some overall energy for the Gemini season for those that chose the air. That is number 25 in that deck, if that means anything for you numerologically, or 7. So 2, 5, 7, and 25. Those numbers mean anything to you. All right, what would you like those that chose the air sign card to know for the Gemini season coming up from May 20th to June 20th? What additional information would you like them to know about their journey for that month period? Okay, if you can make it really obvious for us, so we like obvious messages and communication. Mercury, Gemini are all about communication, so I imagine. And you got Sacred Pool, which is number 47. And I love that. Beautiful, serene pool there. And so we'll look and see what guidance comes with that card here. So number 47, Sacred Pool. It says, the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. My love to air is kind of like the swords in the tarot, which is all about the thoughts and beliefs and in our head. You know, a lot of, if you're an air sign, which is like Gemini, I believe it's Libra and Aquarius, you know, if you're that air sign type, then you're, you know, definitely thoughts in your head and doing that. Let me just make sure here. So air, yeah, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So Libra is the one I always forget about. All right, but so just know The world is this reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. So what's going on in your head, you see the world as you are, not as it is. So it's a great reminder for us during this month to realize when we're not liking something we see in the outside world, or we have feelings that are bubbling up because of what's going on in the outside world, just realize that's a reflection of what's going on in here. So we want to take a look at that. If we want to. Of course, that helps us find peace and stillness, a smooth pond instead of a ripply pond, if we understand what's causing the ripples inside us. Okay, back to the card. It says, when you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We're all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you are the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. Love that, love that. So, great messages for this upcoming period. And then we're also going to pull a card here from the Shaman's Dream. So, an additional message that we will have here. And I know I didn't mention this in the beginning. These cards that I showed in the introduction are actually from this Barbiri Zodiac Oracle. So if you like those and were interested, I just want to make sure you know what they're called, because I get those questions sometimes. They're like, oh, I love those. Well, who are those from? So now you know. Right, one more shuffle here and we'll see what additional message we have. So for those that chose the air sign, what additional message do you have for the Gemini season, please? What else do you want us to know? Okay. You got Will-o'-the-wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. And I love that picture there, and that's a 62, card number 62. Put that right here. And we'll see what message comes for this one here. And then we'll look at pulling some of our Light Seers Tarot here just to get more messages for us and clarifications if needed. So it says, treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery, epiphanies. Will-o'-the-wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, into the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone, for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray. Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self, capital S-E-L-F? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place, these worlds hidden, as the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is where you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmask yourself. Love what you discover, dark or light. See it all as divine, and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. Perfect. I love that. And as I was reading that, I was also getting the message here for this pool. I love how in like the standard tarot, they'll have like the waters, kind of the emotions, but when you go beneath the water into the unknown, that's like the subconscious, that's into the like the spirit world and diving deep into that. And so I love that this is an invitation to you, to sit by the sacred pool, look at your reflection, and it's like this will-o-wisp has come to help you on that journey to come into that. And it almost looks very similar here too. Just that kind of jumped out to me as well. But just a very clear message here that it's a great time for self-reflection, to look into yourself and not to be afraid. Look into getting out of the comfort zone of what you think all these things that you've been taught, and begin to question your beliefs about yourself, your beliefs about the world and others, these core things. It's time to look at those, because if you feel constricted and oppressed, it's because your true soul, your true higher self is trying to push out of that and get out of that confined space, because it's used to being huge, powerful, supernatural, eternal, and we're in these little bitty bodies that are going through these experiences, and we're taught, all these conditions and all this. It's like this cage of all these bars kind of put around us, and we feel bound, and it's time to start to question what's binding us, to set us free. So I really love that. And then we'll pull some cards here for clarification as well. And I love that it mentioned too here, they're kind of having me reiterate that, when you go into that self-reflection, make sure that it's without judgment. It's just about looking, and there's no pressure that you have to change anything. You're just going to go have a look-see-poo and look at things. You don't have to change anything, because that's usually why we don't want to go and question anything, because we're like, oh, well, if I find something that I'm not, supposed to have, then I need to get rid of it. It's like, no, you are the one that gets to put everything in your basket. So when you go start looking through that basket, you decide what's no longer serving you. And you're like, yeah, why am I holding onto this rock and carrying it around? I'm going to get rid of that, because I don't want that anymore. But you might find that there's nothing you want to get rid of at this time, and that is quite all right too. It's all about awareness of what's in your basket. I don't know why they gave me a basket, but there you go. All right, what else for those that chose the air signs? What would you like them to know for the Gemini season, please? Okay. Uno, dos. Okay, there's three. Yeah, well, there you go. So this is the Justice card, which this is really about reflecting. And I love that this is a sword, which is about, that's air. That's about thoughts, beliefs, and all that. And I love this because it is all about looking at your reflection just exactly as I was talking about the sacred pool here. So, it's like really looking at the balance of things. There's the known and the unknown. It's all about these, the opposites too. There's so much to look at when you're looking at that contrast. What's above the surface, what's below the surface. It's something that they just kind of tapped on my brain to mention. There's this beautiful process. I think it's from a book. I think the name of the book is called Marriage of Spirit, I believe. But there's this, they talk about creating like a 4 squared box. So there's 4 equal parts in the square. So it's 4 equal squares and 1 big square. And when you have a question about something, like, let's say, I want to be successful is a good one. So like in the first box you put, I want to be successful because, and you write your emotions around why you feel you want to be successful. And then you put, I fear being successful in the other box. And then you write down why you fear being successful. So that's the top piece. And then you also, in the bottom 2, you ask a related question. So I desire success. Then on the bottom one, you can put, I desire failure. And then you can write down all the reasons why you desire failure. And then the other box is, I fear failure, and write all the reasons why you fear failure. And I have always found when I use that process, it's amazing because it helps you bring the subconscious and or the unconscious into the conscious. There's all this stuff that's running below the surface that we don't even realize. And usually I find like 2 of those boxes are like, yeah, those are the things I know, like why I want to be successful and why I fear failure. But like the other ones really help bring some information up, which is like why I fear success or why I desire failure. And so those things just really help us understand ourselves more deeply. So they wanted to have that tool there. So there you go. If you have any questions on that, just let me know. You can comment in the comments below or reach out to me via my email, which is also listed, I believe, in the description box below. Yep, and then you've got 17, the star. So that's reaching towards your higher self, looking at things from a higher perspective. I love that there's the string. This is, for me, this can represent hope and some other things too with the tarot, but for me, the message always comes through is just, realizing who you really are, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of, and that we have this tie, like an umbilical cord, from our little human self being here. And so that just definitely comes into this message about looking at your self-esteem and your self-worth and who you are. It's about stepping above what just your physical self and really connecting with who you really are, the higher self. That's the capital SELF that it was talking about in the card there. So I love that. Just a great picture of looking up and seeing from a higher perspective of your life as you question your beliefs and as you reflect. So perfect there. Yep. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So this is usually called like the legacy card is kind of what I look at this as. The Nine of Pentacles before this is about you getting like your external things that you desire in your life, like your goals, your wishes. Whereas the Ten of Pentacles is about it not only benefits you, but it goes for generations, and it's something that impacts others. So what I really feel the message for you for this coming Gemini season is you question your thoughts and beliefs. A lot of what we learn has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And if we never take the time to question why we do this particular thing, it continues to get passed down and passed down. So you can break certain beliefs and chains, certain types of habits or things in families, it can range from a variety of things, of course. But, a funny example is like, back in the day when they had smaller ovens and smaller pans, they used to have the turkey, and they would wrap the turkey legs together so that they didn't touch the sides and burn. But even as ovens got bigger and pans got bigger, because, each generation taught each other, it was like, oh, for a turkey, you gotta take a string and tie the legs together. And at one point, someone goes, "Why are we doing that?" And they're like, "I don't know. Let me ask my mom." And like, she didn't know, and Grandma was there, and she goes, "I don't know. We've just always done it that way. I don't even know what the reason is anymore." And they found out, great grandma said, "Oh yeah, we did that because of this." And you're like, "Oh, we don't need to do that anymore." So that's just like kind of a funny example, but it can also be like, if like certain, it could be like parental situations, like how they treat their children, and it's passed down from generation, whether it's abuse or neglect, or if one child, they didn't have a close relationship with their father, then they don't know how to have a close relationship. So they may not have a close relationship with their son, who may not have a close relationship with their son, who may not have a close relationship with their son. Eventually, if we question and we look at ourselves, that could change in one generation. So that's the kind of thing that they're talking about here, about the legacy, on how it can impact you yourself, but it also can impact the generations to come in the future. So I really love this for you. Great message about, just really looking at and taking time to reflect, getting out in nature possibly. It's a good time, here we are coming into summer. Restrictions are being lifted here and there, so you're able to get out into more places, but get away from everything, so that you're not distracted, and you can take this beautiful look at the beautiful you. No judgment, nothing you have to change, no pressure. Like I said, it's all about just taking time to reflect and seeing if there's anything in your basket that you're ready to remove and put something else in as well. So, but I wish you all the best as you come into your Gemini season. Know every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. You take care. If you chose reading number 2, which is the Gemini card itself, then this is the reading for you. And that is card number 3, if that has any significance there for you as far as numerology or your favorite number. It happens to be a very significant number for me. It's the Trinity. It's the, Father, Mother, Child. It's a very wonderful number in my spiritual life, so I love it. But before we jump in to get your reading, I always love just to start off thanking the Creator for being here with us and for being involved in every moment of our life. And we are also grateful that it's with unconditional love that you are involved with us. There's nothing we can do to lose that love, nothing we can do to gain any more of it. We have it all. It's never changing. You always look at us with such awe and love, and we are so grateful for that, and we welcome you. We also want to thank all of our angels and guardian angels and spirit guides, our loved ones who are on the other side already, our ancestors, and any other of those wide host of magical beings of unconditional love and light. We welcome you here to help bring messages for us. All right. So we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map and see what first message we have for the Gemini season. So this year it runs May 20th to June 20th, so this is when this will be focused on. Of course, if you come across this outside of that time frame, the Creator and Spirit are not limited by time, so there are messages here for you no matter when you come across this. So, all right, what would you like, those that chose the Gemini card, there you go, to know? And you got number 25, which is metamorphosis. I love all the flamingos and everything else, but of course you've got the chrysalis and the butterfly, which is, of course, a beautiful, beautiful representation of that metamorphosis that we all get to experience in our lives. And before I jump into that, I just like to let everyone know that these cards that I use are from this Oracle deck. So if you're interested in those, you know what they are, and you can Google those. All right, metamorphosis. You are in the process of a deep and beautiful change. Great news for your upcoming Gemini season. So it says butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. So, yeah, and I understand that. I know we don't like to hear the word loss, but I love that example of shedding skin like a snake. You know, there's this transformational process that happens where it's constricting you because you're growing, and letting that go allows you to even grow more and allows more into your life. So it's for us, not happening to us. So that's good news. And then we're going to pull a card here from the Shaman's Dream and see what additional message we have there. All right, what additional message do you have for those that chose the Gemini season card? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And you got Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, and that's number 14. But I really love that picture. If you can see that, I know there's a glare there, sorry about that. There's all these walls, and there's this ship going through the waters here. And we'll read from the book here. So Drifter, what lights you up? Experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence but not knowing the form. So the Drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the Drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become clear as you leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none to where you are destined to go. But be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the Drifter. Here, you may not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is an underappreciated value. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without your having to search for it, by simply being instead of frantic doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The Drifter helps you find what you are looking for even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. Beautiful. I love the combination of this message here with these two together, because this was talking about, letting the moorings go, other people's expectations, all these things that are tying you and not having you go anywhere because you're afraid to make a movement because of what everyone will think and of failing, and I need a detailed map to get there, and it says forget about the map. Where you're going, there is no map to get there. And I love this about releasing things as well, because this is all about that metamorphosis, letting that old skin go so that you can grow and go into different places. Don't be afraid. I always see we're these caterpillars that walk along the jungle floor in the beginning, but as we go through that metamorphosis of our life and face our fears, we become that butterfly, and we flutter from way up above, and we can see way down below, and we can see a clearer perspective when we're at that higher level, right? All right. So let me pull a few more cards here from the Light Seers Tarot. Either get clarification, validation, or new information. All right. What else would you like the Gemini card pickers to know, please? For those that chose reading number 2. Okay, I feel like that on the bottom wants to be included here. Nope, not those they said. Okay, yep, they said that one. That one. Okay, that's it. This is great. So this is the 7 of Wands, and the Wands is all about the kind of like the magic, the spark to do things. And what I love about the representation in this card is not to worry about, these are all the people, all the opinions and the expectations of what you should do. And you can see this one here trying to poke the bubble. And you're in this spot. It's like when you turn inward and close your eyes to all these supposed to be's and shoulds and everything else, all those things that were tying you to the docks, then that allows you to be free and to float and to get where you're going to go. We talked about in here about your, probably was going to hear about your compass, and let this peace, when you turn inward and find this unconditional love that lives inside you, when you let that be your compass, then you can follow your heart, and you're not afraid of where it's going to lead you, because it's going to be for your highest experience. When you're in the fear and worried about all these other people, what they think and what they want, each and every one of these have a different opinion on where you should go and what you should be doing. And it's very confusing, because we're like, well, I'm always going to let someone down. I'm not going to be able to please any of the people any of the time, really. And you're like, yep, you got it. So following that navigation of your heart, the compass of your heart, is what will bring this bubble of joy and love and peace and laughter into your life when you let go of those fears from the outside. It's a big transformative place that you're coming. And this is 25, which adds up to a 7. So I really like that synchronicity there. Yep, and you got 19, the Sun. This is one of the most happy cards in the entire deck, especially in the major arcana, because it's all about success. You're getting out into the sun, you're getting out knowing who you are, you're seeing things again, you're connecting to the higher realms. The sun can represent the creator, or your higher self, as well as sometimes it represents your ego too. But this is all about the message that's coming through for here is not that at all. It's almost like you can hear the sound of music. The hills are alive with the sound of music, and you're just out there just so joyful because you feel free, and you just kind of feel like the entire world is your is your playground. You get to go out and discover what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to experience, and you feel unbridled. And that is because of this metamorphosis here. Really, as you let go of those external, attachments, all these expectations, then it just opens up your entire world for potential. This, when you have all these expectations from the outside just, suffocating you, you feel limited. But when you let it go, you just feel like anything is possible. And that's the feeling that comes with this. Yep. And then you get the King of Pentacles. And the Pentacles is all about the outside world and understanding how it works. The king, he's the master, and that can be male or female, so don't worry about the gender at all. It's about the transformation that you go through in life. The king is the final end of the pentacles. You start going through and you understand and experience all of the planting of seeds and the growing and the investments and what you learn. And when you have a harvest of something, you have to get rid of things and plant new things. And the King of Pentacles understands that. It's like the individual who has been through all the relationships with other people, has had this successful business or income, has a nice home, or at least a safe home and secure home, has doggy best friends, has friends all around him. And the Pentacles, all these, you can see that there's 5 points. The lower 4 ones, the ones, let's see if I can do this on the camera. So the 2 below and the 2 on the sides are all the 4 elements of the earth. But that top one, the top point, is spirit. And I love that because that's what the King of Pentacles realizes, throughout his journey, is that the spirit world is the one that rules the physical world, because the spirit world is that which is true. It's that which is real. This experience here is all illusion. A lot of it, we don't see the world clearly. We see the world through all these eyes of all these expectations and what everyone told us everything is supposed to mean and what that is. And where, when we clear all that away, we see the world for the first time. We see other individuals for the first time. And we see ourselves for the first time, and then we're like, woohoo! We see everything just so beautiful, different colors. And it's like going, I don't know if you ever watched The Wizard of Oz. Of course, it goes from black and white in the beginning, and as soon as they go into the land of Oz, it becomes color. And that's kind of what this metamorphosis happens. It starts off feeling so black and white and dull, but then it becomes this world of gray, and then it becomes this multicolor, technicolor world. So I love this for you, for Gemini season. It's really going to be kind of a life-changing perspective change, where you're just going to start to see, either yourself, others, or the world in a whole new light, or all of it in a whole new light. So I love that for you. I don't have anything else to add to that. So, as you're going throughout this month, just know, or this season really, just know that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and just unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And I also love you too. So until next time, have a fabulous Gemini season. You take care. All right, and if you chose reading number 3, which is the Mercury card, then this is the reading for you. And before we jump in, I always like just to start off my readings by thanking the Creator for being here with us. We're so grateful for you and for your unconditional love that you have for each and every single one of us. We are so grateful and we welcome you. And we also welcome all of our guardian angels and our spirit guides, all of our ancestors and loved ones who've gone to the other side already, and also, any of the host of beings of unconditional love and light. We welcome you and we thank you for being here. All right. So we're going to jump in here, and first of all start by pulling a card here from the Enchanted Map and see what message we have for your Gemini season. This runs from May 20th to June 20th this year, so this will more or less be for that period of time. And also because of Mercury, we do have the Mercury retrograde that's starting, so we're already in its shadow because it started around May 14th, but the retrograde is from May 29th to June 22nd. So for most of this period, I'm going to be going through that Mercury retrograde, which is really about reflection and looking backward. And so, Mercury with being communication and, really looking at how we're perceiving the world and things like that. It'll be a reflective time because you chose this card. It's really going to be an important time for you. So you might look into how the Mercury retrograde is impacting your chart specifically, and you can kind of look at that. I mentioned that there'll be a link in the description box below on how you can get your own your free chart. But you can also search for free, actually even if you look up retrograde for your sign, there's a lot of people that offer free information out there these days as well, because everyone is such givers and helping everyone on our path these days, and I love it. All right, there we go. Didn't even have to ask. They were like, here you go. Move along, boy. And you got Dragon's Lair, and that's number 19. Which this was card 15, if that means anything for you. Also a 6. And so this would have been a 10 or a 1 for numerology, if you are also use that for your path. So for the Dragon's Lair, it says, you are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory. Maybe that's the Mercury retrograde. So tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. And I love that. So kind of joking with the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap about being a challenging time, but I always love it because I enjoy doing the inner reflection and reflecting, backwards. And that's kind of what the retrograde does. Is any planet that is retrograding, it's just about, hey, it slows. It's like, look backward. All right, now start moving back forward again. So it's a great time to reflect back on your life. So I love that. And I'm going to read the reversed meaning of this too. I haven't done it for the other ones, but I feel led to do it for this one. It says, red flags shouldn't be ignored. Don't be seduced into learning a lesson that will hurt your heart. Temptation and intrigue abound, but be careful, because you can't win this particular challenge. Heed this gentle warning about wanting and longing, and the fantasy of belonging to someone, something, or an identity that has no true substance or longevity. Ignore this alarm and you'll wander in circles near the edge of a dragon's lair. Choose another path, for your treasures lie elsewhere. And it was perfect, with that inner reflection that you're evidently going to be doing for this period of time with the retrograde. It's like, don't ignore the red flags. As you're looking back, it's like this message of, you know what situation you're in now, and there's some unhappy situations or situation in your life, but when you're looking back, you're going to see how there were red flags, that you are longing and looking for something, and because of that longing, you bypass the red flags because you're like, I don't care, I just want this. It's like a relationship. I don't care, that they're being rude to the waitress, or that they were, making fun of me, and then, laughing it off like it was just joking, and lighten up, and you're like, you'll bypass a lot of red flags for the pursuit of the ultimate goal. But when you get the ultimate goal, it's not as tasty because that wasn't what it was for you. You can go to a different path, and that's what you're going to learn in this situation with this reflective time. You're going to be able to look back and see that. So, and before I pull the next cards, these cards that were in the introduction, and each one of these is from this deck here, the Zodiac Oracle. So just in case you're interested in those, I get that question sometimes. They're like, "That's beautiful. What deck is that?" And so now you know. If you want to Google it, you can. All right, and then we're going to pull a card here from the Shaman's Dream Tarot, or Oracle. So an additional message you have for your Gemini season. What else would you like those that chose the Mercury card to know for their Gemini season, please? Okay. We got the Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. So I love that there. You can see the Dust Devil in the desert there, and that's number 15, which is also the number of the Mercury there. So some synchronicity going on here. And we'll see what message comes for that number there. Embrace the chaos. Trust in the process. Move out of stagnation. So I love that. It's already fitting into the, the Dragon's Lair and the whole Mercury retrograde and all that. Just trust the chaos. Embrace the chaos. Trust in the process. So the presence of the Dust Devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents two aspects to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the wind that churns inside you, with the Dust Devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains shackling you to a barren desert. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust this process. The Dust Devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. Beautiful. So I love that. And it gives you hope, there's like, you're going to feel like you're in a storm this week, this Gemini season coming up for that month period. Especially as you get into the actual Mercury retrograde for you. But just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like it was saying there, the storm happens for a reason. It shakes things up. It gets rid of those things that aren't serving your dream, your true inner dream. So just allow that. Trust the process, like it said. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Quick swig of water here. All right, and then we're going to pull some light Spirit Tarot here. We'll get some clarification, additional information, or validation. All right. What would you like those? That shows the Mercury card, please. Okay, got that one. That one. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the Six of Swords, which is all about, moving from one belief or thoughts to another. You'll see the three and the three crows in the background here, which are the old thoughts, the old beliefs. You're coming across the shore and you're being pulled by these new thoughts and these new beliefs to new shores, which are here. So I love because, as you're going through this period of time here, it was all talking about, this kind of transformation, this, like you made it through, this boat, although the storm, you're fine. You're going to get through it. You don't worry about the rocky waves. You're going to get through it to the other side. But it's going to be about the letting some things go because the new things are taking you to a new direction. I love this is a 6 because 15 does add up to 6 too. 5 and 1 is 6, of course. So just some confirmations there. Yeah. This makes sense. The Four of Cups, you'll see that these are all the external things in life that have been drawing you before, and kind of like I was talking about this journey when you're looking back. This is kind of like looking back at those situations, but it's also this discontent feel. The external world, these things that have been promised you, these are the things that are going to make you feel whole. These are what you want. You have those and you just feel like, where's all the wonderfulness that was supposed to come here? And then you see the rainbow and all this beauty over here. This is the soul. One of the cards was talking about finding your dream and finding that beauty within you. And this is like the cup of your soul. This is the cup of unconditional love that lives inside you. It's who you really are. And that's what the cups are all about. Your emotions, your emotional state. So whereas this was about your thoughts, this is about your emotions. And of course, thoughts and emotions are so tightly bound together because we're emotional beings that think. We're not thinking beings that have emotions. So the emotions is usually what we feel first, and then the thoughts come later. But they're so intricate and intertwined because our emotions can be triggered about how we feel about ourselves, which can be rooted in how we think about ourselves too. So they're just, two hands on the same body, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got the Seven of Swords here too. I love that because this is all, you can see on his back here, he's got all this bag full of feathers, which is all the things that he's learned through life and his experiences that he's had. But he's out underneath the bright moon or sun, depending on, what season you're in, and he's seeing things more clearly. And it's because one of the thoughts is in his face like this, hark, hark. He's just like, there's no way for you to get away from it. It is in your face. So, this period of time that's coming, the storm that's coming, is because of this thought. This thought and this belief are in your face, and it's not letting you forget it. It's no matter where you run, you can't hide because wherever you go, there you are. And that crow is right there on your shoulder, just right in your ear, just making that loud crow noise. I'm there. And I really see that where over this it feels like the last 6 months, you've been having different types of situations everywhere bring up the same kind of feeling and thought to you, and to where now it's like, okay, I'm going to go through this storm. I've been putting it off, but I'm ready to look at it now. And so I love that. So, I know it kind of feels like, oh God, a storm's coming, but just know that you're going to be able to weather the storm, that the storm is happening for you, not to you. And in the end, you're going to be so grateful for what it took out of your life and for where it's going to allow you to go in your life. So just know that every second as you go through this journey, you're not alone. You have a great posse of supporters and unconditionally living beings on the other side who are there to help. Just ask. They won't interfere with your free will unless you ask them to come in and guide you and to change situations for your highest good and benefit. And also know that the Creator is there for you and every second loves you unconditionally. And hey, I love you too. So have a wonderful, wonderful Gemini season. We'll talk to you next time. You take care. Happy, happy birthday, my Geminis. This is your special bonus reason just for you that have Gemini sun sign. And before we get started, I just want to thank the Creator for being here with us. We so appreciate your presence, and we're so grateful for the unconditional love that you have for us. And we also welcome all of the angelic host of guardian angels and spirit guides. We welcome our ancestors and all our loved ones who've gone to the other side already, and any other of those magical beings of unconditional love and light. We thank you for being here. And we also thank you that for the birth of our beautiful friend here. We are so glad that you were born. You were born for a reason, for a purpose, and just know you're not here by accident. We're going to start off by pulling a card here for you from the Spirit Animal Oracle. And I'm going to kind of focus in, I don't want to do a year for you. I want to look at the next 6 months for you, what's kind of the theme that's going to be going on. So we'll see what comes with that first. The first two cards I'm going to pull, one from here and one from this numerology deck, are going to be about the overall arching theme for the next 6 months. Okay, that is it there. And you've got the parrot. The parrot spirit. Watch your words. And I know, being a Gemini and being ruled by Mercury, it's all about communication. So you're an air sign, you have great communication, but sometimes we can be so much in our minds that it kind of can come across as a little blunt, which a lot of people may not appreciate. I personally appreciate it. One of my closest friends he's a Gemini, and the one time that always stands out to me is when I was just going on and on and on about something at work. I didn't realize how wound up I was about it. And he just goes, "Hey, can we stop the drama train? I think we're going to wreck." And he was like, hurt. And it totally took me out of, the spot I was in. I didn't even realize, that I was flipping out so much. But I always appreciate that. All right. So this is number 45. And again, it says, watch your words. What are you saying to yourself? What message are you repeating? Is it something that makes you feel good about yourself and reminds you of your strengths and your potential? Parrots mimic the sounds around them. And when parrot spirit appears, it's time to be more mindful of your self-talk and its qualities. What do you say to others? Are you repeating what you truly believe? Remembering to speak with light and love can become a habit. Be generous with compliments and thanks, affirming all that is good so that your loving, healing words will be heard throughout the jungle, cutting through the noise and inspiring others. Listen for the words that remind you of all the strength, abundance, and joy in your life and in the world around you. And then repeat those, affirming what is real, true, and nurturing to the soul. The universe will reflect back to you the story you tell. Words matter, so choose ones that lift you up and inspire others to remember that beauty, or to us to remember that beauty surrounds us. So that's the message. Remember that beauty surrounds us. And I'm going to read the protection message on here too, since it's for your birthday. It says, are you aware of what you're saying to yourself and others? Parrot spirit shows up as a reminder to heed the words that flow from your mouth, your pen, and your keyboard. Be mindful of the beliefs you have internalized. Are they what you choose to believe? Are you communicating with integrity? Parrot spirit wants you to listen to what you say and your motive for saying it. Right speech is called for now, which means you are called to reflect on the beliefs that have been parroted by people so often that you simply accepted them unquestioningly. Journal about what you truly believe and wish to see in the world and in your life. Write words affirming what you value. Speak them aloud, expressing gratitude for what is just coming into being. Your voice has power, and you can change the conversation in your heart and in your world around you. Parrots represent the law of praise, so you are called to speak the truth and speak with love. Beautiful. Love that, love that. So what are we parroting? Are we parroting things that other people parroted and we just took it on and believed it? I love that. And then we're going to pull a card here from the numerology guidance cards and see what additional message that is for you. All right, what else would you like our Gemini some babies to know, please? Okay, let's start with that one here. We got 81, which is leadership. And also feel we need to read 45, even though we didn't pull that from that deck. I just really feel led to do that, so we will do that as well, because it's your birthday. Your birthday, like your birthday. I know, I get kind of corny as the readings go on, so my apologies. So this card indicates a time to lovingly lead and guide others who are less capable than you are. This may apply to your workplace, your community, your family, or your circle of friends. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to have confidence in your ability to motivate and inspire those who accompany you on your path. This card also indicates a role as a leader in your field. You may choose to rise to the top of your game with your unique talents, or to lovingly lead others to a new and improved way of life. Either way, it's time to step up to the plate and adopt a position of authority, for you have a natural ability to lead. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to become a compassionate leader. Remember, a successful leader leads alongside others rather than from above. Others graciously follow when you have their best interest at heart, so know that it is safe for you to lead the way. And the affirmation for the card is, I lead others and in turn serve a higher purpose. And I love the combination of this too. You can lead others in how they speak to others and how they communicate to others by being the example, lead by example as well. So I really feel that is a message that goes along with that. And we'll see if there is a 45. Oh, there's not a 45 in here. But it was weird. They go 4 plus 5 is 9. So we're going to look at a number 9 because 8 and 1 is 9, and 4 and 5 is 9 as well. All right, well, there we go. So when you get a 9, it's a time of necessary endings and completion and preparation for new beginnings. So you're being encouraged to let go of the old to make way for the new. And this may relate to a particular mindset, a behavior, friendship, job, residence, or relationship you've outgrown, or it could indicate the completion of a karmic lesson, a period of study, or a contractual obligation. Either way, this card serves as a confirmation that you must move forward with confidence and courage toward bigger and better things. Have no fear of the unknown, for you are being divinely accompanied and guided. This card serves as confirmation that you are definitely on the right path, so surrender yourself to the changes that are occurring, and you'll be led to where you need to be. Spend quiet time alone to connect with your inner guidance, for in the silence you will be given the next logical step to take. So let go of what no longer serves you, spread your wings, and trust in the divine to show you the way. And the affirmation is, it is safe to surrender to the magical future that awaits you. So beautiful, beautiful. I mean, what a great, so this is for your next 6 months coming up. So, during this 6 months, there's going to be some things that are going to be let go to make room for things of the future. Leadership possibilities, lead by example, watch your speech about to yourself and to others, speak to yourself with love, that negative self-talk about, no, you can't do that, you're not worthy, you're not talented, you're not skilled enough. Change that, because you have wonderful things coming up for your next 6 months. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot, and I feel like I'm going to do 6 cards, one for each month. So starting for the May 20th through June 20th, and then June 20th to July 20th. So I'm going to call it May, June, July, August, September, October. Is that 6? Maybe November. So we'll see. But you'll know that when I say like May, that's May 20th to June 20th, okay? All right. So here we go. 6 cards. First one being May 20th to June 20th. June 20th to July 20th. Nope, they said not those. Okay. That one came down first, and this one. So May, June, July. August, September, October. All right. So you've got May 20th to June 20th. Yep, I love this, because the Knight of Pentacles is all about planting the new seeds. The other knights in the deck are all about action, action, action. But the Knight of Pentacles is the one about enjoy the process, plant the seeds. It's going to take time for things to grow properly. So just, take off your shoes, walk in the grass, be calm, look around, enjoy it, because that's the beginning. So it makes total sense with that. So June 20th to July 20th. I like this. The world is all about cycles. It's about endings and beginnings. You'll see like there's the snake that is about to eat its tail, and so it's all about you're reaching an end point. You're reaching this end point here, and you're having this new beginning start. So just know that you're safe. It's not. She's not frowning and crying. It's all about that you have everything you need, and that when it talked about things ending and new beginnings coming with the number 9, this is totally in relation to that. So that's where you're going to start to see things fall away that no longer serve you, and you're going to start consciously letting go of things to make room for the new as well. So May 20, June 20, June 20, 720 to 820. it's a time for reflection, and also knowing that things are going to, like what you've sowed, you're going to reap. So you're going to start to see in that month, things start to unfold for you. It's also a time of reflection. Again, you can kind of see you're looking down into here too. The swords are your thoughts. So you're still looking and reflecting on your beliefs about yourself. And I feel like this is the month. So that's what, May, June, July 20th to August 20th. That's going to be the time frame of what, as things start to fall away, you're looking at things more closely and more detailed, and you're continuing to go, okay, I see when I let that go and I planted that, this is what came, so now I want to do this. So it's it's like a mid-range reflection to kind of do a check-in, and what you're going to continue to let go of, what else you're going to let go of, and what else you're going to be planting and doing. So it's like this reflection time to, one, see how you're feeling about yourself, but two, seeing how you're feeling about the situation, and just really get into that quietness, and don't be afraid. Take the bold steps, like it mentioned in these cards here. Take the bold steps. Know that your life is happening for you. The Creator is there with you, and you're going to, be clearly guided. So trust your inner intuition in your gut, not. Don't be constrained by all the fears and what you think you see. Take those steps, live your life. One of the things I'm hearing is, if not now, when? What are you waiting for to live your dream? Die? Yep, there you go, 9 of Cups. This is like emotional fulfillment. You have all the wishes fulfilled. You just feel glorious, and you just feel things coming. So that was May, June, July, August. So August 20th to September 20th is when you're feeling just a really benefits already from this growth here. You're just really going to be able to see just all the fruits of your labor, just a lot of them coming in. You're just going to feel overjoyed. And then you got the Strength card, which I love that because it's all about, make sure you don't forget the heart here. Keep that around your neck as your navigation. You're stronger than you have ever been taught, in your life, and more than you ever will believe. You have that inner strength. So it's like, connect to that inner lion. And, the lion is the king or the leader of the jungle too. So you're really going to feel, during this month here, which I think is September, right? May, June, July, August, September. Yep, September 20th to October 20th. You're really going to feel like you're in this place of, I know what I'm doing. I can help others. You're really going to be in that place to do that. And I love it. It's a number 8, but you also have the infinity symbol here, which is all about cycles too. So I kind of feel like you've reached this is like going to be the end of a cycle, and you're going to start another cycle. So like here you planted, you knew what you needed to get rid of out of the field so you could plant new seeds. There's endings and completions. You're getting some benefits, and you're reflecting. You're getting a lot of harvest coming in. And then again, this is about the new cycle. It's like the endings and the beginnings again. It's like whatever you harvested, you clear the the crop field of the stalks that are no longer bringing fruit, and then you plant new seeds, and then that's what I feel is coming there. And then you have the High Priestess. So this is about getting in touch with the unknown within you and connecting to your higher power too, connecting to your higher self, the Creator, all those angels and guides and loved ones on the other side, and all those other beings of unconditional love and light. They are going to give you such great intuition and advice, and they have the higher perspective. They see things without time, space, restriction, and from way up above, so they see how everything is happening. So don't be afraid to ask for their assistance, because they will guide you on what's next. I also feel that as you do this, because this is a lot of external stuff that's happening, along with your internal reflection on your self-talk and your beliefs about your worth and your abilities, that when this time comes around, which will be October 20th to November 20th, you're going to kind of feel like, okay, I got everything I wanted, but I still kind of feel a little empty. It's because you want to connect more deeply to the realness that's within, because you're realizing the external stuff isn't quite bringing you the whoopee that you thought it was going to. That's because what you're searching for is really on the inside. But this journey here is an important process, because you do learn a lot about your innerness through this process here too. So I love this for you. So next 6 months are going to be pretty exciting for you. Some good changes coming. Just know that as you're going through all of this, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. Don't be afraid to ask for their meddling in your life, because they won't bother you with your free will. But if you ask, the Creator and your angels and guides and loved ones to come help you in your life, they will, and they are just ready to do so. So don't be afraid to ask, because they do love you just deeply and just without end. It's just amazing. We're going to be blown away, and we always are when we return and disconnect from this human experience back to just fully our spiritual experience. The amount of that love just blows us away. So have a very, very happy birthday season, and a wonderful 6 months, and we'll talk to you soon. I love you. You take care.